Hi everyone, it's Sabrina Jean. I hope you're all doing well. I have some pretty cool information that I would love to share with all of you, but in the way that I enjoy the most sharing information with all of you is, of course, in a pick-a-card reading. So there's something that you should know. And I think there's also something that your soul wants you to know as well. So in this video, you have 4 different piles to choose from. And you can choose by the crystal, of course, if you like. Pile number 1 is a purple amethyst. Pile 2 is an orange carnelian. Pile 3 is black, it's shungite. Pile 4 is a green fluorite. So which color, which crystal has some information that it wants you to become aware of? Well, let's find out. Pile 1. Hi, Pile 1, for all of you who chose this amethyst crystal. And so honestly, I want to share with you really quickly that this morning I've spent some time creating my first video in a series that I'm calling Everything is Your Spirit Guide, because everything is our spirit guide. And so if you are learning how to pay attention to the signs or the synchronicities or other things, how to tap into and develop your spiritual purpose, etc., then these are the messages that Spirit is wanting you to know. But also, the video I recorded this morning has already been sent out to anyone who has requested a reading from me within the last 30 days. They get these insider videos, my inner circle videos, for free for 30 days. But I also have just listed a mini special reading opportunity on my Etsy. So if you would like to get more information, well, you will have the opportunity to. But first, so what is it that you need to know? What does your soul want you to know? So this is how your mind works. This is how your brain works. This is the theme of this pick-a-card reading for today. So the Etsy mini reading opportunity is a personal reading along with the video that I created this morning about Everything is Your Spirit Guide, to teach you everything that you need to know about your mind, your brain, and how that works for you spiritually. So your cards are saying that your mind, your brain, your intelligence has a connection with the seraphim, which from my understanding is the highest level of angelic and divine support. The seraphim angels, well, I'm not the expert on that. However, some way, somehow you resonate with the seraphim or any other type of angel or archangel energies, and you probably have a passion for life. You probably get excited about simpler things as well. Let's look at your other cards here. Interesting. So going with the flow, nothingness. Honestly, so your spirit guides are wanting you to know the simplest way to connect with them, to receive or align with the messages, even the seraphim, even the angelic, or any other spirit guides that you believe that are guiding you. The fastest way to do that is to relax, silence your mind, and go within. Expand your awareness, your energy, your consciousness, so that you can tap into, well, the other dimensions, the higher dimensions and realms that these angels usually exist within. In fact, your spirit guides help you to manifest a variety of things all throughout your life based on what you are thinking about, what you are excited about, your thoughts. And this zero energy, which is technically it's unlimited spiritual creative potential. That's what the number 0 represents. So you have unlimited support from your spirit guides to create a new reality for yourself as well. So let me grab my other deck. I wanted to pull some other cards to give you a little bit more information about how your mind works. So your mind is abundant. You might also be an emotional person too. This is hearts, which is water, or cups. And I'll go into more detail in a minute. Look, you've got the number 10. And then the Jack of Fire, inspiration. So as a general pick-a-card reading, even your soul is wanting you to know that you have great compassion within you. You probably love helping other people. You probably love everyone and everything. Maybe you just wish that everyone and everything could be free or feel love. And you also have something within your mind that it ignites a passion to share your inspiration or your ideas or even your heart, your unconditional love with everyone else. Now, as far as my mini special on Etsy, I will record a video for you explaining how your mind works based on your natal astrology, which is your natal Mercury and the zodiac sign it was in at the time that you were born. So this isn't a sun sign reading. It's something that will allow you to understand like higher levels of your mind and the way that you think, or even to help you understand why you think that the way that you do, which is in fact very unique to you. And you were born with this creative type of mind to help you create the best life ever for yourself, to have the best experiences. Maybe it's your mind that attracts the type of love interests into your life. And ultimately, as you become more self-aware, you also have the potential to learn how to, master your thoughts, take control over your thoughts and your thinking and your choices rather than your mind having power and control over you. You know what I mean? So you have the kind of mind that is constantly distracting you. Is it pulling you away from yourself? Or do you have a lazy brain? Or do you think that you think like an angel? Your intelligence, this is your spiritual intelligence within, allows you an infinite connection with these other higher realms and higher consciousnesses too. So you're very likely to wake up spiritually, mentally, and emotionally at any time during your lifetime, but the patterns and the cycles and the timing of when that is likely to happen really depends on your birthday, right? Your numerology and other things as well. So, if you want to know a certain number that might be significant for you, would be 1010 because you've got a 10 here and a 10 here. And whenever you see 1010 or even just the number 10, it's reminding you to pay attention to your thoughts because your thoughts are creating things. That's the 1 and the 0. Most likely coming from your angelic guides because they have most likely always been with you throughout your entire lifetime, and the spirit guides will remain with you throughout your entire lifetime. So amazing messages coming through for group 1. I hope you enjoyed this video reading. Again, if you would like to access video number 1 about, your mind on Mercury, what you were born with, including your own personalized reading, you will get 2 videos for this special mini. Come and check out my Etsy shop. My link is down below. Well, it's Etsy Sabrina Jane 123 if you would like to request yours. Or if you have recently requested a private reading from me within the last 30 days, simply email me for that video number 1, lesson of awareness, becoming aware of your thoughts. And I will be more than happy to send that video link to you to watch. And of course, if you want a mini reading as well to know more about your brain, then you can come and request that on my Etsy shop. Anyway, any questions, feel free to reach out. Again, these are your most powerful spirit guides right now and what you want. They wanted you to know, group number 1. If you're drawn to another pile or another crystal, then do feel free to choose another one, and I will see you over there. Hello, group number 2. If you chose a Carnelian crystal, there's something you should know. I have a message for you from your soul. Also, hopefully a message from your spirit guides. So let's just look at your cards. Okay. Gratitude. What are you grateful for today? Your spirit guides are grateful to you. In fact, spirit guides are always standing by, waiting for you to ask for assistance or confirmation or something like that. So this is how your brain works. The purpose of this video reading is to help you understand how your brain works to activate things to help you with your spiritual purpose, which also can be better understood by looking at your natal Mercury and the sign, the zodiac sign Mercury was in at the time that you were born. But the message here for you is inner discovery, finding sacredness, and you are what you seek. So at some point during your lifetime, group number 2, your spirit guides are wanting you to know, your soul is wanting you to know that at some point you're going to start seeking more inner truth. Why am I here? What is the meaning of this life? And this usually shows up in a cycle based on your numerology, your birthday numbers, and your cycles and things. But this holy grail that you're meant to discover and become grateful for, it really has a lot to do with your spiritual purpose and your life purpose too. What else do you need to know? Group number 2. So your guides are always assisting you towards your greatest success. This success story is a creative success story. And again, they're always guiding you. So you have a specific angelic team that are guiding you, but also there's something, I want to say, biblical or ancient that is connected with this Holy Grail. I can't help but not think of Monty Python's Holy Grail. So, take what resonates. But there is like a Holy Grail of information and sacred knowledge and wisdom that your brain and your process has the capacity to tap into anytime that you choose, to use your brain in that way. Okay, you have Lovers. Whenever the Lovers card pops up in a reading for me, it's usually referring to angels or spirit guides, something that loves me. So there's also something that loves you, group number 2. And for some of you, this might be a person that is in love with you, but this is resonating more with your heart and your heart chakra and some sort of a heart awakening. I think that your spirit guides are wanting you to know that the more you focus on opening up and healing your heart chakra and releasing all of those walls that you've built up around your heart to protect yourself from heartache and pain. It's time to work through those and release those and let them go. This will allow you an opportunity to experience more gratitude for the things that you have in your life. And keep in mind, you also have some sort of angelic team that are part of your spirit guides that are assisting you with this process. I'm curious, though, how many of you have only experienced heartache or heartbreak in your love relationships? Well, not only the romantic ones, but maybe different kind of connections and relationships to other people as well. Usually this resonates with people who are born under a 2 influence or your life path 2. Because 2, as a personality, really just loves everyone, wants everyone to get along. 2 is the energy of the mediator. And if you chose, well, pile 2 as well. Your spirit guides, your soul want you to know that you have the power to access higher levels of intelligence. Using your mind, again, it really depends on where Mercury was in what zodiac sign at the time that you were born, which is how you can access these higher levels of intelligence and wisdom. This is also part of this Etsy special and mini reading offers that I am offering right now. To receive a mini reading based on your Mercury natal chart and how it can help you with your spiritual purpose. But when you request this mini reading, you will also receive access to the link to my video number 1 in a new series that I am teaching that I've already recorded. The name of this series is Everything is Your Spirit Guide. So if you'd love to have that video tutorial as well as a mini personalized reading based on, well, your brain, or at least my perspective of your brain and how your brain is working for you, then you come and click on my Etsy, and I'd be more than happy to share that information with you. So you will be receiving 2 different videos for only $11 with this Etsy special. So come and check it out. If you have any questions, you can always message me there on Etsy as well. For those of you who have requested a video reading from me already within the last 30 days, you're automatically going to receive the link to that tutorial video. Everything is Your Spirit Guide. So if you haven't received that and you think that you should have, email me and I will send you the link to that tutorial video. Group number 2, how does your brain work? So your brain is on fire. This is fire energy. Excitable? Maybe you're overly excited. So you have the 2 of air here. So there's air and fire. In fact, I would take a guess that your mind is so busy that you don't really ever take time to stop and take time and smell the roses. You know what I mean? To slow down and appreciate other things in your life. So there's air, there's fire. Okay, and you have King of Earth. This is actually a really good combination because look at this. So you've got the number 10 here. Your mind, group number 2, all of you, it doesn't even matter whether I know your astrology or not. Your mind, your brain, you were born with the ability to create something by using your thoughts, but you also have the number 2 and the number 8. This not only reduces to the number 10, but more specifically, if you were born on the 28th or you have a 2 in, well, the day that you were born, there's a lot of opposition. So it's natural for you to see other people first before you pay attention to yourself. Or maybe you want to do things for others before you choose to do things for yourself. But this is a lot of excitement and exciting energy and thoughts that might always be worrying or burring. What's buzzing? That's probably a better word. Buzzing through your head. But you have the capacity to think big as well. In fact, you have the mental capacity using your brain, your mind, your natal Mercury, to build some sort of substantial comfort. These are the practical, tangible things. So earth signs in general would be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So you probably long for the comforts of these tangible things, but maybe you have difficulty actually focusing on and manifesting these into your life. This would just be like a suggestion as to how your brain works for you. And if you know more specifically your natal Mercury and the zodiac sign and the aspects that it's working with in this lifetime, it can also help you to understand how your mind works more efficiently. And the more knowledge you know and have, the more capable you are of, well, changing your life. So remember, your spirit guides want you to be successful. They're helping you every step of the way to pay attention to, well, your inner self, your inner sacredness. And ultimately, you may find out in the end, if you follow your intuition, you'll realize that what you are seeking already exists inside of you and deep inside of your heart. And perhaps you haven't really taken the time to become aware of that. But the Holy Grail is accessible to those of you who choose to seek that Holy Grail within. So if you're already connected with your spirit guide, simply ask your spirit guide, so how do I tap into my Holy Grail? Ask that question and then wait to start receiving answers. Because remember, everything is your spirit guide. If you'd love to learn more information about your natal Mercury, if you'd like to take advantage of that mini personal reading, as well as access to my tutorial video, then feel free to check out my Etsy links again, which are down below this video. I hope this is making sense. I shared an awful lot of information. Your mind is more powerful than you might be aware of. I think that's maybe my biggest message. The more you can study your own natal astrology, the more empowered you're going to allow yourself to become too. So, you don't have to let somebody else do a reading for you. You can access that information, well, for free on the internet if you like. But if you love my perspective on how your brain works, then take advantage of the Etsy special and receive 2 completely different videos for just $11.11. So the videos for enlightenment, I suppose. Anyway, group 2, these are your messages. You have the ability to create everything that your heart desires. I hope you enjoyed these messages. If you did, please do click the like button. You're always welcome to comment as well. And I'm wishing you all a wonderful day. I hope you find your Holy Grail soon. Bye for now. Hello, group number 3, if you chose the Shungite crystal. Okay, there's something you should know. I almost forgot the title of the video. There's something you should know, something that your spirit guides want you to know. There's something that your soul wants you to know. And there's also something that Sabrina Jean wants you to know. So let's look at your cards first. Wow. So your soul wants you to realize that the miracle that you are. That's a pretty cool message. Oh, spirit guides are also saying, group number 3, your ship is coming in. Oh, whatever that means for you guys. Okay, so okay, part of your spiritual team are also the Arcturians. And for the purpose of this pick a card reading, you are receiving the light codes from the Arcturians. I don't know if you're receiving them directly or if even the light codes have to come through the sun, because the sun, technically, with the solar flares and all of that, yeah, I don't know. But the message here is saying you are receiving evolutionary downloads to assist you to recall your power. Wow. And future thinking. Okay, so how does your brain work? Your brain, according to your Mercury placement at the time that you were born in your natal astrology, Mercury was in a particular zodiac sign at the time that you were born. It doesn't necessarily mean that everything is in your sun sign at the time that you were born. So the way that you think is dependent or limited to, restricted by your natal Mercury in whatever zodiac sign placement. But you have the capacity to access information about the future. In fact, the way that you communicate with other people might not get you or understand you because you're always like thinking progressively. You're tuning into the future and information that other people aren't necessarily aware of. Wow, so that's pretty cool. What else do you need to know? Okay, totality, which is also like trust. So the number 5, the number 9, when you take time in your solitude, okay, you can trust your connection with the Arcturians or your other spirit guides. New visions, okay. I want to add up the numbers here. So you have the number 9 and 5. That adds up to the number 14, which is a very significant number. This might be the number of a current cycle numerology that you are working through, or 14 might be a significant number for you in another way. The number 1 represents your mind, your thought, your creativity, your creative ideas. 4 helps you to use your mind to create something substantial, a foundation, stability, or perhaps you are a future reality builder, or at least that's the capacity that your brain has. So I'm curious, how many of you know where your brain was at the time that you were born, right? Mercury was in a particular zodiac sign, and that's what influences the way that you think, how you think, and why even you think about the things that you think about. So this is also the reason why I'm creating these messages, not only from your spirit guides, but to talk about your brain as well, because I created a new series of videos to help people understand how everything is technically our spirit guide. I just released video number 1. And, well, if you've recently requested a video reading from me within the last 30 days, then you will have already received the link to that video number 1 at no extra cost. However, if you would like to purchase that video, it's a 15-minute video, but also receive a second video that is a personalized video to help you understand how your brain works, meaning I will also create a mini video reading for you to help you understand your Mercury placement when you were born and how you can use your mind and your intelligence to, well, manifest a different reality or to create miracles or whatever it is that the Arcturians are also trying to help you with. So the special is on my Etsy shop right now. So just be sure and check out my Etsy shop if you would like that $11 reading, in which you would also receive the link to the my tutorial video as well. So you get actually 2 videos for the price of 1. One is to tell you all about your mind and how your brain works and how you can use your brain to help you with your purpose. I'm pulling some random cards here to see how your brain, according to the regular playing deck, according to the elements, how your brain works, how your mind works. So your mind is on fire probably most of the time. Fire is very excitable. Fire is kind of like Aries energy, right? Aries is always like constantly thinking of something new. So like, for example, if Mars was in Aries when you were born, it probably motivates you to take action. But if your Mercury was in Aries, your mind is probably always coming up with new ideas that you have the ability to take action on. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of fire and excitability in your mind, and so there's probably multiple thoughts. You're probably a very excitable kind of person too. So you also have the 4. Some of you might be limited to a certain thought structure. or your mind, your Mercury, according to the day that you were born, might be limited to a certain level of consciousness, because there are actually 4 different levels of consciousness that we are capable of being born into on the day that we are born, and that's specific to the day that we are born. And those energies are based on a Pleiadian energy calendar, and not, I don't know, the Arcturians might have had something to do with it. But you have a mind that naturally wants to build and sustain things. So you might have a lot of fire, excitability, and excitable energy, but you also have like deep emotional capacity as well to make miracles happen. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised, group number 3, if things happen for you in your life that other people might consider it being a miracle. It's like suddenly, maybe how many of you realize that you're always in the right place at the right time? Or you take chances on something and things always work out for you. And if it's something that other people just don't get, maybe they're scratching their heads, that's because you were born with some pretty intelligent wisdom, but also you brought with you the potential to manifest miracles for yourself with your new vision, your future thinking, your progressive thinking mind. You see where I'm going here? So this is something that not only your soul wanted you to know, but also your spirit guides. In fact, your soul may have already experienced many multiple lifetimes in the Arcturian constellation, especially for those of you that resonate with Arcturian energy. So that's another confirmation. I think with the Shungite here, it would say to me, if you're drawn to Shungite, you were born with like a bullshit detector, meaning, pardon my French, but seriously, you were born with a BS detector. You just naturally know when someone else is full of it, right? So your guides right now are helping you to create a new vision, to help you manifest a new miracle reality or something that will support you. But there's also a lot of element of change here as well. You've got the 10 with the 5 5. So you might be experiencing a lot of different changes in your cycles or the themes in life. Some of you may have already started tapping into the 5D consciousness awareness, which isn't something that you see in the 3D, but it's something that you connect with in the 5D. Anyway, something for you to think about, right? So I'm curious, what does your mind naturally think about every day? Do you have repetitive thoughts, or are you open-minded, or is your mind scattered and you allow it to distract you? Curious minds want to know. Were you aware of the fact that you have the brilliance that is necessary to create miracles in your life? Not only miracles for yourself, but it's possible that you can be a miracle worker for other people too. This is why I'm super excited about this new Etsy special, because it's only $11. It's an 11/11 special, right? It's a mini video reading that I will prepare for you specifically based on your natal Mercury placements and everything that your mind uses as a form of intelligence in your life. Anyway, it can get pretty deep. So if you are interested in receiving that specialized video about your brain on Mercury, then do come and check out my Etsy shop. It will also allow you to receive the link to my tutorial video, which I released this morning as well. So you get to learn a whole bunch of new, really cool information for like a really small donation. Anyway, Group 3, these are the messages from your spirit guides, what your soul wanted you to know. I hope you enjoyed this video reading. If you did, please do click the like button. You're always welcome to comment as well. Keep in mind, you don't have to ask me to analyze your brain, like what you were born with, because you can get a free natal chart anywhere on the internet. You can study it on your own. But it's something fun for me that I can be helpful with for you as well, if you would like to know my perspective. about your brain and how your brain works. Okay. Pile 3, I hope you have a wonderful day. I will be back soon with another pick a card reading. Anyway, meantime, bye for now. Hey there, group number 4, if you chose the green fluorite crystal, there's something you should know. I have some messages for you from your soul, from your spirit guides. So I'm going to put your green fluorite over here. I also want to announce an Etsy special. I'm doing mini readings for $11. It's $11.11 about your Mercury, how your brain works, or the kind of intelligence that you were born with on your Mercury placement that is here to help you with your spiritual path and your purpose and other things. Also, I've started a new tutorial series about how to connect with your spirit guides. And so whenever you request an 1111 mini reading, you'll also receive the link to watch that tutorial that I recorded this morning. Okay, what does group 4 need to know? Notice that you got the number 40. So the tutorial video is about how the mind works and how you can pay attention to your thoughts, how your mind works to help you navigate your life, your purpose, and other things. But group 4, so these cards so far are saying that you have an extremely powerful mind. It's very strong. You probably also connect with Ra or Sun or the central sun, which is also another higher intelligence. In fact, without the sun, none of us would be able to live here on the planet. But you receive abundant downloads that help you to regenerate and create success in your life. Wow. You also have the capacity to understand higher levels of things or higher levels of your mind. This innocence card usually refers to the present moment. Okay. I'm trying to think, how do I combine all of these? Interesting. So your third eye is also lit here as well. I'm thinking that because there's also a placement according to your birthday, right? Your natal astrology. The day that you were born on, the date, month, day, year, also limits your mind to the level of consciousness that you're able to naturally access. So there are 4 different levels. And this comes from a book that was written or channeled through the Pleiadians. But so there's individual consciousness, meaning you're just stuck inside of your own thoughts. Kind of like Teal Swan. She was born into individual consciousness, by the way. I wasn't surprised when I looked up her birthday because I was really curious how her brain works too. But there's individual, there's community. So you need a community of people around you. There's global, which is more expanded awareness of your mind and your thoughts. And then there's universal. And honestly, if you chose pile 4 in your video reading today, I'm thinking that your mind, your brain, when you were born, your Mercury placement, and the zodiac sign that Mercury was in when you were born, you also have access to, the universal realms. So it's almost like unlimited. You have the ability to access higher levels of consciousness and dimensions and that sort of thing. So I'm curious, how many of you already believe that you are like psychic or you're clairvoyant or you see things or you perceive things that other people do not see? I'm curious if that's you. Let's pull some more cards. Message from your spirit guides about your brain. Your brain on, Mercury, the king of water. So you have depths of emotional capacity. And even here with the power card, the number 4, you receive abundance of downloads from the sun. And again, it could be the central sun or Ra or higher realms, levels of consciousness. The King of Cups also, wow, you have, okay, let's just pull these. You've got the King of Cups, which is water, the King of Air, and the 10 of Fire. You do have a powerful mind. So the number 10 is full of many creative thoughts and ideas that when you implement these, when you take action and you create something from these with your heart, many of you are probably writers, or you have the ability to write stories, or at least the ability to share information with other people. That is helpful. You're probably a naturally kind and loving person who really just enjoys helping other people. And you have the capacity to tap into like higher levels of consciousness with the air and unconditional love as well. Some of you might see these cards as the King of Swords, King of Cups energy. But I'm thinking your mind, your brain goes even further than that. You have very powerful creativity that helps you to create something stable and supportive, at least in your mind. Whether you like create something physical into the earth energy, which you notice here, there isn't any earth here. So again, it's important to take a look at your natal astrology to see what are your greatest elements. Do you have mostly water? Do you have mostly air? Do you have mostly fire? Maybe you're missing out on the fact that you also need to take steps to build something physical in the earth reality, right? In the 3D reality. Still, nevertheless, you have a powerful mind, but you also have the capacity to surrender your thoughts and surrender your thinking, surrender yourself and your mind so that you can understand like deeper levels of resonance or emotion, or there's like depth of wisdom that you're able to tap into here. Group 4, again, message from your soul, message from your spirit guides. So you probably enjoy the warmth of the sun. I'm thinking you love spending time out in the sunshine, and the sun is actually also one of your spirit guides. Elephants may have significance for you as well. You know, it's interesting because when I think of the elephant, they say that the elephants have good memory, don't they? Is that what they say? But I know some people that tend to choose pile 4s who have terrible memories. So I don't really know what the elephant like represents for each one of you. I think it's more like an intelligence. It's like a deeper level of intelligence. But this is also something that you were probably born with too. Okay, at any time that you're willing to use your mind and just tap into this inner source of power and strength, or connect with the sun, higher consciousnesses, but it does require you to take time to be present, right? This innocence card is talking about the present moment. So if you can take time to create space where you can just completely abandon your thoughts and just focus on water or the ocean, or your intuition without thinking, this will also help to heighten your intelligent connection to receive the guidance from your spirit guides and your soul as well. When we get the brain out of the way and the ego thoughts out of the way, that's when it's easier to start understanding the intuition and the guidance from the spirit guides. And again, everything is a spirit guide. So if you would like to access that tutorial series, you can request that by also requesting a mini reading for only $11.11 on my Etsy. So just come and check out my Etsy shop. The link is down below. The personal reading that I would record for you is based on your Mercury natal placement, the zodiac sign it was in at the time that you were born, but also your natal placements, which provides the construct of how your brain works. So if any of you have ever wanted to know why you think that the way that you do, you might want to request this mini reading. So you can receive 2 videos for this 1111 donation. Anyway, again, you can receive that by requesting a mini reading. My Etsy link is down below this video. If you've already recently requested a reading from me within the last 30 days, then you will have already received the link to my video tutorial, How Everything is Your Spirit Guide. And if you haven't received that link already, then just email me and I will send it to you again. Meanwhile, these are the messages from your soul and your spirit guides, group number 4. I hope you enjoyed this information. If you did, please do click the like button. And you're always welcome to comment as well on the video. In the meantime, have a wonderful day, and I will be back again later with some more pick-a-card messages for you. Bye for now.